Hi guys, good morning. So why did I come here for the first time in 52 years? That is the lifetime of most people on earth. That Haiti has made it to the World Cup. Yay for Haiti. Proud of Haitians, but am I really? What kind of pride do I have? Well, I researched. Of course, I'm like, oh, let me find out about my Haitian players. And when I looked up the team, because I haven't been paying attention, coach is French, Caucasian French, okay, white French, European, if you will, French, okay. So I'm like, oh, so how kind of France to be the coach of the Haitian football team. And I'm like, okay, let me find out about my players. All right, yeah, because they're all black, so let me find out about them. And I only to discover that most of them are French, born in France, many to Haitian parents. So, but still born in France. I'm like, what's going on here? Where's my pride here? Because I was like, oh my God, the Haitian people finally united or finally doing teamwork. And of course, guys, over the past decades here, while I lived in Florida as an adult, I would say, I've had many people come up to me, very angry at Europeans, white people, and their imperialistic ways, and it's always their fault. It's not black people's fault. My whole thing with colorism. Black people cannot possibly be racist because blacks, how could they be racist against themselves? As of course they whiten themselves in améliorer la race. All right, yo améliorer ratio, and yet a lot of blacks are suffering under the oppression of black colorism. Well, if you want to say black racism, right? And what does this have to do with France? I mean, even like those players, they're black, they're Haitians, they're Haitian blood, Haitian lineage. They're most of them, it looks like. But what does this say for us? This tells us that in Haiti, the team could not unite that well to make it to the World Cup, to beat Nicaragua as they beat them 2-0, okay, without French backing, without European backing. And the question is this a signal that France is taking over Haiti? I mean, obvious. This is a message that they can if they want to, basically, And what does this mean to us? Well, first of all, we have to realize that it's not about whether or not they can. It is the fact that many Haitians living in France are begging Macron to take back Haiti. And Macron, I don't know, I'm not in France, I don't know French politics to know. I know that when all of the uprisal came with the gang activity and Biden was helping Haitians come here and all that, Haitians were begging Macron for help. And he was saying, I wash my hands of this, what can I do of this, right? So the fact that Haitians were begging Macron, to take back Haiti is the same thing that they could continue beg Macron, and Macron might be softening his heart to take back Haiti. And this is showing you something about black people. It's not about imperialism. If your forefathers died for your freedom, for you to enjoy your country, your nation, your people, that you have come to the point of self-destruction so badly. You might say, oh, it's the whites who are selling the weapons over to Haiti and causing the gangs, The reality is, I have watched the degradation of Haitian people. Yes, I understand, the joy of money, the same way we sold ourselves over back in Africa, through the years, as we travel, become diasporans of Haiti, that we may end up selling ourselves either through books, we sell the secrets of the country or whatnot, to make money, to survive, we end up selling ourselves. So some of us may sell ourselves without even knowing it, by just selling secrets that we may have known that were forbidden. But it's also from the hate that people claim that the self-hate comes from slavery from so many years ago. I mean, Haitians won their independence more than 200 years ago from the French. So we celebrated our bicentennial decades ago. And to think that the blacks of Haiti could never unite enough, to be able to stand as a power within themselves, to the point where they have to go and kneel before the original imperialists to beg them to take back the country. Or, in so many ways, as we have seen, the French have reached out and they're helping Haiti. Okay, many of these young people who are playing football, and one actually were born and raised in France. And I don't know if they've even stepped into Haiti as they go and do their practice, etc. So this is to show us, is this the extent of self-hate? And what do I mean? It is the fact that we keep denying our self-hate, and we keep oppressing our own people. And it is blacks everywhere. We see the oppression from our skin color, our hair, and putting down a social oppression, economic oppression. Yeah, if you oppress somebody socially, you exclude them from society, you are obviously also oppressing them economically. When you exclude somebody from society, it's not possible maybe for one human to be able to do everything. You're looking down on them as non-human, and you expect them to be able to do everything on their own, okay? And to overcome your oppression, if they can, on your own, then it becomes impossible for them to be able to save a dime, because everything they do, either they're going to have to pay for it, and since they are socially oppressed, they don't usually pay bargain prices for it. They usually pay at the top of the line for it, okay? Versus if they live in communities where people work together, do things together, they are cared for, so they can get people's presence for free, okay? Without when it comes to, and then we look at who gets the people's presence for free. Well, in Haiti, you could see like people who gets free presence in the community are light-skinned people. They are dark-skinned people, but of course they have to pay the price of sacrificing themselves over and each other over, to be able to be socially active or whatnot. But the people who easily get free access to community in the Haitian community is you have to be a light-skinned person, and therefore life becomes easier for you, and you pay less, and then you accumulate wealth better, and this is the way it happens. And consequently, the blacks become slaves, okay? Because why? Because for every little dot you have to put on an I, you have to pay gravely for it, if you can even afford the prices. So if you can't, you end up living at the bottom in the rut of society for what you cannot afford. And this is why how it happens. So it is colorism, okay? So this colorism is a self-hate that when you speak about it, most people, okay, are gonna deny it. Especially Haitians do not accept this whole nonsense of colorism at all, okay? And the blacks end up suffering. I had one of my friends, I would say friends because this person seemed like they're supporting my ideology, come up yesterday and gave me this comment. It's been a long time, this person, I'm like, that's sweet, because you know what, really, really, really know when people are supporting you, when you are not supported and somebody comes out, right? And I haven't been doing videos on I Am Mara, the Kenyan god, if you will, lately. So naturally, I don't get that many people who come in my videos, and I never really found my niche other than through reaction, and I discovered that, I guess I'll talk about it. It was a freedom by discovering a freedom of community in Africa. And it is because I had that, look at it. I found that freedom within sociology, that social freedom in Africa. I didn't find it in the US. I didn't find it in Haiti. I found it in Africa. Now, is it possible that I could have found it in Haiti? Let me tell you, I had a video that did go viral, 2 of them, in Haiti, okay? I took them. They were the first videos that went viral, and they're actually my top videos. And it was amazing. I'm like, oh my God, look at that. Look, Haitian people are looking at my video. But the reality is, because they about 6 of them commented, some of them may have 14 comments, but they did not have the dialogue that I had with the IMR video. This shows me where my freedom came from Africa itself. So this is why it bothers me when I see people like IMR per se removing that freedom by selling over Africa little by little to the powers of colorism. And it's not necessarily through the powers of racism, because for what he's doing is he's integrating, creating the color hierarchy, and putting on a pedestal those who are lighter, okay, other than his family. The only people that he put on the pedestal other than the Caucasians that he does are his family. So if you're out of his family and you're black, eventually you will be eaten up by him. Mind you, he comes and attacks a couple of Caucasians, out of jealousy or whatnot, but that's because they didn't get him to where he wanted to be. So like Steve, I don't know if you guys saw last year when Christmas List reached his level of subscribers, he attacked Christmas List. And now Christmas List is way beyond him and very close to 600,000, and we'll make it obviously. But nonetheless, we see this hate even in Africa, where I had found that freedom. And definitely here, there's so much hypocrisy. It's not like blacks are not intelligent, they are intelligent people, but the intelligence is not serving the race very well. I'm not saying it's not serving them, it serves them individually well, but it is not serving the race. Am I saying that we should separate ourselves from Europeans? No. The reality is, why is it that Haiti becomes powerful under the coach or the leadership of France, and for decades, 5 decades, they were not able to be powerful under their own leadership? Does that make sense? Why are those black players from France, I guess they're supposedly better nourished, less stress and political situation, more calm, because I thought, when I saw the French guy, the European French guy, I thought, okay, I guess anybody from any country can be your coach. I mean, that happens. I'm like, that's how I guess. And then I noticed that the players also could be from any country and decide to be, a player in that team. And that's what makes them stand out. They're professional, like footballer, professional soccer players, So there's nothing wrong with that, with being prideful in Haiti, but it's just the length, and to see who brought us there, that makes you wonder, oh my God, this was supposed to be the first free black country? Really? First free black country, and yet for you to come out of drought of Super Bowl, it was actually the same country who imperialized you that not imperialize you, because most Haitians were not natives, okay? We're not the Taino. Some may have the blood, but a lot of us were actually captured, who basically colonized you over there, forced colonization over there, that you had to go back to the masters. Okay, so I'm not saying, a lot of French people, like I said, I don't have anything against white people, because apparently they're less racist. The ones that are not racist, they're less racist than many blacks that I've encountered. That's the reality of it. And that's the sadness of it. That is the sadness of it, that blacks cannot have the mentality of tolerance and love for one another. All right, so they're mixing up the race, to bring themselves higher, ameliorate their race, okay? Instead of ameliorating their personalities to be more tolerant and loving and accepting of other blacks, and consequently crippling their independence, because when the irony of it, the ability to independently be fully Haitian, born in Haiti, black, who had supposedly won that war over 200 years ago, for freedom, to have that true independence that their foreparents fought for. But they have to go and beg for help from the very people who conquered them. Apparently it's like interesting. Like, you think, okay, the French culture was very domineering in Haiti, and Haitians do have a sense of pride in that culture instead of in the African culture. Of course, we still have inherent within us the African culture, but did we how far deep did we go to Africa for help? I was thinking about it because I was thinking of that coalition that they have there as governance, and I was like, oh, maybe Kenya is helping, maybe Kenya is part of this, right? Because Kenya's military was sent over there, and I was upset thinking, oh my God, are the Kenyans like colorists, blah blah blah. But then again, the Haitians are so colorist, they overdid the Kenyans in their colorism, and maybe there's something but it turned out to be France, that was backing them up, and back to the white guy. So the culture, the African culture, and the unity of Pan-Africanism is just not really happening. Okay, it's not really happening. My friend who came and told me this thing about going back and helping Haiti, finishing off what African Tigress did. And of course, me realizing the reality that Haitians are so racist. I'm a dark-skinned woman. I don't have a voice within the Haitian community. As I was saying earlier, my videos, the Haitians did come and watch when I went to Haiti and did those videos because it was memory for a lot of them. So, and of course, it wasn't just done like that. It wasn't something that was done gradually. It was like a spur of a moment. Somebody must have promoted that video, and a lot of them got access to it. So that's how they did that. And as I said, the communication was not that much. So the thing with African Tigresses going to Haiti is that I was a reactor, and I naturally took it upon me to do it, to react on African Tigress, being nostalgic myself at the fact that I'm working full time here and I can't go to Haiti, and I don't have the backings or the backbone to find the backing. Have I tried? Yeah, I have tried to find backing in Haiti, but I tend to have, over time, you lose whoever your backup is. Okay, so nonetheless, my making the videos on African Tigers and the reactions that I got, is evidence again that not only do I not have a voice in the Haitian community, but the problem there is within the Haitian community. I got comments that I saved. I posted some of them because I'm like, they were manifesting what I'm saying about colorism. And this is the thing. And some of the people, like, I think they're youth, they couldn't keep themselves back. And it doesn't even have to be youth, because I know as a Haitian person among the Haitian community, growing up among them, it's not a lot of, any people, any age will stand up and tell you certain things, that are racially biased within the Haitian community. So the hate there is for me, I know, and it always stems right to my race, to my racial traits. Okay, it's there, and I am not gonna blame it on imperialism. Because so long as you keep blaming it on imperialism, you are tolerating it. You are allowing blacks to continue the hate. If you don't point it out, it's there. All right, people have come on to make all kinds of nasty comments against my phenotypes, my black African phenotypes. Okay, and these are the things that divide. These are the things that make it impossible. I was like, oh my God, Haitians actually did something where they united. Only to go when I started looking up the team to see, okay, who's the new stars of Haiti? To find out a lot of them were actually not even born and raised in Haiti, but in France. The biggest shocker I got was the first thing I saw when I saw a white guy holding the Haitian flag. I'm like, why is there a white guy? Is it because the Haitians again are going to the whites of Haiti to promote, only to find out this is a French guy, who is coaching the Haitian team, making, and it's not a Haitian making the money out of it. And even the what is it? The leader, what is that they call it? Not the coach, the I forgot the name. It slips my mind the term. All right, but for the top player who leads the team, all right, like the supervisor, if you will, or the manager, who's also a player, I believe. I don't think he was born in Haiti. He was not, So all of this makes you wonder. So this is what I had to say about the soccer game. I would like to say, yay, go Haiti, but it was more like France supporting Haiti. And the question is the reality that France can take back Haiti whenever they feel like it. And it shows you that the truth that I've known since I was a kid, Haiti never won independence. Okay? That's show and tell propaganda by France, okay, to make Haitians think that they have won independence, when France knows deep down that Haiti never won independence. First of all, if Haiti had won independence, Toussaint Louverture would not have died in, what was that name of that? I went to the jail in France decades ago, when I was in high school. I went to the jail where Toussaint Louverture died, actually, and I forgot the name of that jail. Toussaint Louverture would not have died in France as a prisoner of war if Haiti had truly been free. Just food for thoughts. So if you guys want to go and keep claiming Haiti as free, I think those who are claiming that Haiti is free, either they're delusional or they are promoting the self-hate, so that blacks wouldn't know in Haiti where we truly are, to realize that all of this foolishness that they're talking about is all foolishness. Haitians are not free. The racism in Haiti is more rampant than any racism that I've ever seen. And those French who are racist, that's their glory. And those who are not may just feel bad, or maybe even blind to the reality that is happening. All right? So not all whites are racist, guys. I don't believe that these French who are supporting Haiti or necessarily have any race anti-black whatever, okay, or anti-black unity or whatever it may be, okay. But at the same time, the reality is, when it has to be a European white person to support your failing country, you have to see the reality of what's going on. All right? When you see your own people going down to kneel, proudly kneeling before the very people that we supposedly fled from, to beg them to go and rescue us from our own destruction, that many are claiming is imperialistic manipulation, okay? You have to wonder. Because the reality is, when there is strong unity, no matter how hard others can try to imperialize you, you still have hope of freedom. But so long as there's somebody who's going to betray you, which is the reality in Haiti, you can never be free. I am not free. I have not been free since I left Haiti. And when I was in Haiti in my early childhood, the racism and the colorism was always there. It was always by skin color. And even now, as an adult, having had so many opportunities that America did offer me, but my limitation, I became limited as I had to compromise my time to acquire certain freedoms that I may have had in Haiti, like financial freedom. I had to compromise my time for my desires in life that I now am trying to pursue. I'm hoping that I will be able to. Okay? And it's not that America is so perfect that the people are so tolerant. I grew up in a place where I was not discriminated against that much. If I was, I would not even know it. I guess there are such hypocrites, I would not have even known it. But at the same time, I did suffer many injustices, okay? Which, as I said, the ones that I didn't know, that is causing me to suffer today. And now I am in a place where, since I stepped foot in Florida, it's like I've been discriminated against by not people who are, I've been discriminated against by Haitians too, of course, because had I not been discriminated by Haitians, non-Haitians or non-blacks would not have had the opportunity to discriminate against me, such as the ticket that I got and then the back-to-back traffic situations that I had back in July, and that was pretty bad. And it's like so many, and then when you look at it, it's like one group of people who were constantly removing all of the rights that America gave me through that one incident. So that is, and that the strength of that, when I think back of it, it would have been diluted. I would not have had to go through what I went through if I was in New York. Not if I was in New York, but if I was in the community in New York where I was raised in, where Haitians were actually united within that small community. But then, as people's lives changed, people went in their own direction, and then the manifestation of the colorism blossomed. So anyway, guys, I've been talking a lot. Let me let you go. Have a great day. And let's pray for Haiti. I haven't been praying in a long time. I lost the strength and the zeal for prayer. And speaking of community, guys, I won the ability to pray through community. That same community in New York that I'm telling you about. That's how I was able to have zeal for prayer. But lately, it's been difficult, especially when all of these things were happening to me back in the summer, in July and August, and and I was seeking prayer, and I discovered that it has been very difficult for me to pray. I'm just gonna share that with you. But anyways, you have a great day. Bye bye.